Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. I was just enjoying the playing my favorite video game of all time, top three for sure. Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Hold on a second. Let me beat Dawson here. I'll do my flaming kick. If you stop disappearing, I could destroy him here. Let's do a little body slam. I had him in the corner and he uses his yoga. But yeah, sorry, my house is a little messy. I got kids, that's kind of what happened. But I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're with me today. Let me pause this real quick here. There's no chance for you to beat me. Challenge somebody else, right? Um, she's gonna fly to Japan, and it's gonna be Ehonda. Oh, Ryu, sorry. Ehonda's also in Japan. I'm gonna pause it here. So yeah, I'm glad you're here today because I actually have right in front of me is a G.I. Joe Street Fighter 2 Chun-Li action figure from 1993. Some people kind of knock these, and I'm not sure why, but I really dig these because I was a huge fan of Street Fighter 2. Still am. I'm going to be 35 years old here in a few weeks. They made all the cast of characters, including the sort of the bosses with Vega, Balrog, Sagat, and Bison. There were some vehicles. There was a play set. They made movie editions, which technically the movie editions aren't part of the G.I. Joe line because they didn't have the G.I. Joe logo, even though Hasbro made them, and used some of the same molds. I get really in depth on some of the differences with some of the movie edition versus the non-movie edition. The biggest one, there's lots of Guile figures that was played by Jean-Claude Van Damme, and they reused figures like Blizzard and all these other ones that get kind of convoluted. The movie edition Balrog is very, very hard to find. It's one of the few figures I don't own. Vega's also very hard to find, but I've actually seen that pop up a couple times. A guy on Instagram had it and he would not sell or trade it to me. Balrog, I've only seen carded on eBay once and they want a lot of money. So anyway, yeah, so these came out in 1993. I was 10 years old. I love Street Fighter 2. I remember, I'm going to tell you two Street Fighter 2 stories while I'm opening this Chun-Li figure. So they all have a martial arts action, kind of like the Ninja Force figures. Their weapons come on a tree. A lot of them were kind of reused with some other figures, with other Street Fighter 2 figures. I want to say some of the Mortal Kombat figures used some of these. I'm not 100% sure. But, if you ever find some of these weapons, it's really hard to ID because, you'll get a purple sword and is it E-Honda, is it Dawson, is it movie edition, whatever. I don't know. These also gave you the Game Pro special tips, pro tips, if you will, about how to do really kind of lame moves, I guess. But so I'm gonna open this up and I'm gonna tell you a couple Street Fighter 2 stories. So the first time I ever played Street Fighter 2 was at the Beach Water Park, which is in Cincinnati, Ohio. I live my childhood home was, I think, 7 miles, if that, from Cincinnati. I think it was less than that, actually. I'm not far from it now, anyway. Anyway, so I was at the Beach Water Park, which, you can picture what a water park looks like. And I was there with my friend Ott, 3rd, 4th grade. I think 4th grade. And he's like, "Oh, you gotta play Street Fighter 2. It's awesome." And we're talking arcade. It wasn't out on console yet. And so, for you youngins, or those of you who maybe grew up in an area that didn't really have arcades, I kind of need to explain a little bit how this works. First, I'm gonna show you this Chun-Li figure, really good shape. Let's see if there's any of that plastic cracking sound. Yep. My heat just kicked on, so hopefully it's not drowning the sound out too much. But she obviously, because you saw, her move is the kick, what do they call it, like a whirlwind kick. So she does the kicking motion. She's interesting in that she has no O-ring, so if something broke or whatever, you can't replace it. They all have some sort of ninja action, but some of them have O-rings, some of them don't. Some of them it's really hard to replace, like with a Ninja Force figures. You can't. I don't know how to replace those O-rings. I'm sure there's a way, but anyway. So I'm going to open this, and I'm going to kind of tell you, finish my first Street Fighter 2 story. So we're at the Beach Water Park. My friend Ott, he's like, "Oh, you gotta play Street Fighter 2. It's awesome." He's telling me all the characters and stuff. So back then, in the arcade is, so basically, especially like fighting games, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, whatever, is you put a quarter up, or yeah, I guess it'd be a quarter, maybe 2 quarters if it was 50 cents. And that meant you were next, right? If you put your quarters on the thing. So there's this guy, he's being Blanca, which was, I would say at the time, like that was everybody's favorite figure was Blanca. So he's Blanca, so he's on the left, and then like people are just lining up on the right, and I mean they're just getting destroyed by this guy being Blanca. So I'm in line at my quarters, whatever. And at the time, I was really big into WWF wrestling, so probably would have been third grade because I kind of got out of it in fourth grade. And who did I pick? I picked Zangief, right? Because he's a big wrestler dude. I thought, oh, he's cool. Beginner's luck. I beat this guy, right? I mean, he was just sitting there. I mean, you saw, the line. I mean, maybe 12 deep, right? He's just beating people. I go up, Zangief, beat this guy. Felt really good about myself. Lost the next match, but total beginner's luck. So that's that was my introduction to Street Fighter 2. Still love it. I honestly haven't played many other Street Fighter games. Like sometimes if I'm at an arcade or something like that, I'll play. I played more Marvel vs. Capcom 2. That was a good game. But yeah, just nothing beats it. I like the Turbo better just because it's faster and you can be the sort of villain characters and stuff, or boss characters, whatever you want to call them. So Chun-Li has various knives and swords in here that have been kind of reused in the kind of 92, 93 era with the Ninja Force and things like that. My second, I was going to say Super Nintendo, my second Street Fighter 2 story. So for my, I guess it's been 10th birthday, 10th or 11th birthday, I don't know. All I wanted was a Super Nintendo Entertainment System. It's actually not that one. It might be. Is it that one? I don't know. It might be that one. I'm not sure. And I wanted Street Fighter 2. So my grandpa had stopped by earlier in the day to give me my present, and it was Street Fighter 2. But my party was at night, and my dad and stepmom were getting me the Super Nintendo. So I just had the Street Fighter 2. I had the box, right? Like I'm holding it. I don't think I had the box for him. I have some other Super Nintendo boxes. And so I had the box, I could look at it, I had the manual, whatever, and I'm just like holding it with like nothing else, I couldn't play it, I was just dying. So, that night my party get the Super Nintendo, and I'm stoked, whatever, it came with Mario World, which that probably is Super Mario World is my favorite video game of all time. I'd say this is my second. So I was really stoked, and I asked my dad, I was like, can we hook it up, it's getting late, birthday party, school night, that kind of stuff. And he said, no, we'll do it tomorrow, I was so determined. And so I'm looking at the instructions, and now I can hook it up in like 2 seconds. But at the time, as a kid, I'd never really done anything like that. And I hooked it up and I played, and I was so stoked. I was so happy. It was so awesome. It was like such a surreal moment. So I love this game. I can beat all of you at Street Fighter 2 Turbo. I've only met one person who can beat me consistently at Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Her name's Melissa. She's a friend of mine from grad school. She lives in New York City now. So basically, maybe I could say that there's nobody west of the Alleghenies that can beat me at Street Fighter 2 Turbo. I say that if you want to come to Erlanger, Kentucky, and play me, maybe you'll destroy me. But another thing I kind of want to know, so yeah, I don't know if that's my original Super Nintendo. I think it might be. I feel like mine got discolored. I might have given this to my brother, and then something happened or mine broke. I know that's my original Nintendo Entertainment System. You can see right there. Or it could have been my brother's. Mine had some peanut stickers. I had the bird. Woodstock. I had a Woodstock sticker on there. I've had the pen replaced in that. You can do that if they stop working. This, again, not sure. I think that's a new one because I think mine, that's what happened. Mine, the AC, where the AC adapter plugs in, that thing broke. But this is my original Super Nintendo Entertainment System controller because I have this Iggy Koopa sticker on here. And that came with, I want to say, like Mario Brothers, I don't know if it was a cereal, I really think it was like fruit snacks. And they were like, a sheet of stickers. And the idea was like you'd put your name on it. So I put Josh and they have like a little saying. You can see like how worn and frayed out that is. I put that on there in 4th grade. So I'm trying to think, my daughters are 9 and they're in 3rd grade. So yeah, I've been like 11, I guess, 10 or 11. I'm 35. So that's been on there for 20 something years. That sticker has been on there. It's obviously getting pretty worn out. But this is like my controller. So when I play with friends, I play with my kids, I'm like, this is my controller. You guys can use another controller. So there's that. But so we got Chun-Li here. Interestingly, they kind of gave her Vega's claws. I don't know why. That's not really a thing that she uses. She's got this nunchuck. But these you can find, pretty cheap. They're not too terribly expensive. We got a mailing catalog here, and there's some instructions here if you want to know how to do her whirlwind kick, her file card. She was born March 1st, 1968. She's from China. Her alignment's good. I don't know what that means. She says, "I'm the strongest woman in the world." So, I love G.I. Joe. I love Street Fighter 2. Chun-Li's not one of my preferred characters. I generally, if I'm playing Turbo, Balrog's kind of my guy. I also like M. Bison. Really, here's a pro tip. If you want to come to Erlanger, Kentucky or Cincinnati, Ohio, somewhere near here and play me, I'm really bad against Ryu and Ken. I have no idea why. That's actually why I paused it. So there she is, Chun-Li from the G.I. Joe Street Fighter 2 line, Hasbro/Capcom, 1993. And let's see if I can beat Ryu or if I'm going to get my butt kicked. And I have this on just like a regular difficulty, the 4 turbo stars, just so you don't think I'm like, have it on easy. Yeah, see? See? I can't beat Ryu. So thanks for watching. Continue to follow and like and comment and subscribe. I have some other cool stuff coming up on Vintage Toy Freedom. Always looking for some new, different, and weird figures. Right now I'm searching for some Where's Waldo figures. A couple other weird lines I just kind of see pop up online that I never see. Makes me so mad. Okay. I'm bad against Ryu and Ken. I have no idea why. So I'm gonna reset this, and I'm gonna be Bison, and I'm just gonna destroy everybody. I'm gonna redeem myself. So hopefully the guy that I first played Street Fighter 2 against at the Beach Water Park in 1993 doesn't, want to enact revenge. Hopefully my friend Melissa doesn't fly in from New York because she would just embarrass me. So thanks for watching. Yo Joe, Street Fighter 2.